What up, world? It's your boy Vic XL. This is Riding Dirty News and Views. Let's talk about it. All right, man. I gotta say, right now the world is in a crazy place. It's almost like a day of reckoning. We got a lot of things going on from city to city when it comes to police brutality. African Americans definitely making that race for equality and pushing the movement along. Black Lives Matters and just all types of equality for brown people. So today's post is about acknowledgement and me being in a very good place about some major corporations and companies across America that are stepping forward doing some great things. We got a lot of companies that are definitely putting money aside for social justice, justice reform, better training for police officers. A lot of companies have dedicated and donated a lot of money going into the future to assist in basically making this world a better place. Well, I'm here to say that I'm happy to announce that there are some major companies that starting June 19th that will be recognizing Juneteenth as a national holiday. All right, so let's start by naming the companies and giving hats off to them. First of all, one time for Adobe, one time for the company BuzzFeed, the makeup company Glossier, MasterCard, Lyft, Postmates, VSCO, Nike, Twitter, Square, and last but not least, the NFL. That's right, the NFL. All these companies have committed to starting 2020, June 19, 2020, to recognizing Juneteenth as a national holiday. Now, I got to say one time for Postmates, because Postmates have not just said that we're going to make June 19, 2020 a national holiday. They have committed to saying that moving forth, as long as their company is in business, Postmate will celebrate the holiday and all their employees will be paid. So moving forward, June 19th will be a paid holiday for all Postmate employees. All right, now I definitely got to say hats off to the NFL. They were the last to come aboard as of today. Roger Goodell basically went online and basically released a statement saying that he recognized the inequalities that go on through African Americans. He also recognizes the need for these policies and reforms to be in place for people to be able to get fair and equal treatment. But in recognizing that, he also recognizes that Juneteenth should be recognized. So all NFL camps, offices, all NFL business will not go on June 19th, starting June 19th, 2020. Roger Goodell has committed to that this year. So you won't be able to go to no office, no field, no training facility, period. Roger Goodell is shutting it down in honor of Juneteenth. All right, now a lot of you out there might be asking yourself, if you don't know, or if you already haven't heard, what is Juneteenth? Well, you know what? The Riding Dirty Show is here to educate and let those know who don't know. Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day, or Jubilee Day, or Liberation Day, or Emancipation Day. All right. Again, Juneteenth can be known as a lot of different things. Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Liberation Day. I can't say that. Or Emancipation Day. Now, a lot of small towns call it Nigger Day, which I don't really like that term, but Emancipation Day, Juneteenth are the ones I like to go with. But Juneteenth, I'm going to give you a little history and a little origin. June 19, 1865 was the actual day that Union General Gordon Granger read the federal orders in Galveston, Texas, that all previous enslaved people in Texas were free. Again, I like to repeat, on June 19th, 1865, Union General Gordon Granger read the federal orders in Galveston, Texas, to say all previous enslaved people in Texas were free. Now, the ironic thing about this is, even though Abraham Lincoln had signed the Declaration of Independence stating that slaves were free 2.5 years earlier. So technically the slaves were freed 2.5 prior, but the good old South, the good old South didn't go along with it, which led to a civil war along with other things. So I don't want people to think the Civil War was just about slavery, but it was one of the major key points because the South did not want to free their slaves, nor did they want to join the Union, which led to the Civil War, which led to the South getting their ass kicked, even though some people still fly the Confederate flag. All right? So, 2 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence by Abraham Lincoln, the Civil War went down, and on June 19, 1865, basically, federal orders were read in Galveston, Texas, freeing all slaves after the Civil War. Now, African Americans, people of color, people all over the world, we recognize Independence Day. July the 4th, we recognize Independence Day. We recognize Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. It is time for you to educate yourselves, put on your thinking caps, and start recognizing June 19. All right, June 19, the day the actual slaves were freed. Again, thank you and big shouts out to the companies Adobe, BuzzFeed, Glossier Makeup, MasterCard, Lyft, Postmates, VSCO, Nike, Twitter, Square, and the NFL. All you other companies out there, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. And let's start recognizing this day. It's a day of independence. Just like the 4th of July. Just like Cinco de Mayo. African Americans, especially the older generation, it's time for you to start educating your little ones about June 19th, because the schools don't do it. So it's up to the elder statesmen of the world to not only educate your kids, educate your fellow man. Let them know June 19th, Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, Cell Liberation Day, or Jubilee Day. We got to celebrate it, y'all. It's the day that the slaves were officially freed. All right? Mark it on your calendar. Put a big ass red circle. Put a big ass X. Whatever it takes. Make sure you mark June 19th. And here moving forward, let's participate. Let's educate on this day. Shop, brown business. Do whatever it takes. Get your family together. Let's take this day and just celebrate the freedom of those who were previously enslaved in this country. Again, I want to end it off by saying hats off, kudos to Adobe, BuzzFeed, Glossier, MasterCard, Lyft, Postmates, VSCO, Nike, Twitter, Square, and last but not least, the NFL. All right? Y'all make sure, man, get your Juneteenth shirts. Do whatever it do, but put that pride on your back. And you don't just have to be black. Just celebrate the freedom of those who were once enslaved. All right? It's your boy, Vic XL. This is Ryan Dirty News and Reviews. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. That way you'll know anytime we drop videos. And I just want to tell y'all, peace and celebrate Jubilee Day. Yeah.